Hi everyone. I had the camera all set up for this video, and it was all lined up right, and then something must have moved because I took the whole video and did all that work and stuff, and then I finally looked at the footage, and I was completely cut out of the frame. I really wanted to share it with you anyway. I really want to share music with you, especially on Sunday since we can't be together for Mass. So I'll make sure to get myself in the video for the next video. But enjoy this one. Hello everyone, it's David, your music director here at St. Mary's. When Bishop Burbidge announced that all public masses were going to be suspended, it sent a shockwave through us. It made us all realize just how much we have, that we get to go to Mass every Sunday or every day for some of us, and knowing what you're going to be missing helps you realize what you had. The Mass is the center of Christian life when we all come together. So since we're all at home, not only do we not get to receive the Eucharist, but we also don't get to have that communal sense that we have at church. And one of the ways that we have that sense is through music. And so I hope this video, a little reflection on one of the songs that I was going to play today for Mass, I hope it helps you have that sense of the community through music. I urge you to sing along with me and with your family so that you can have that sense of singing together. The song that I'd like to talk about is Be Thou My Vision. And today's readings, there's going to be a link in the description for this video, so you can read the readings. I urge you to read them together with your family. As you know, the gospel reading is about the man born blind. So let's start by singing the first verse of Be Thou My Vision, so you can get the tune in your head, and we'll start our discussion from there, all right? Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. And then we say, waking or sleeping, thy presence my light. In other words, as we hear in the second reading from St. Paul, you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Now, how can we be light? Right now you are light in the Lord. How can we be light? The Lord is our light, as it says in the song. Paul goes on, take no part in the fruitless works of darkness, rather expose them. Everything exposed by the light becomes visible, for everything that becomes visible is light. So in other words, everything visible is light. Being a reflection of light makes you a source of light, right? And so when we say, thy presence my light, not only do we want the Lord to shine his light on us, but also we want to reflect that light back onto the world and onto others and back to God. The more we reflect the Lord, who is our light, the more we become light. And so at the end of verse 2 of Be Thou My Vision, it says, thou in me dwelling, and I with thee one. Similar idea. The light dwelling in us, and us the light as well. And then in verse 3, thou and thou only, first in my heart, high King of heaven, my treasure thou art. Jesus is the high king. He's the high King of heaven. Despite being born in a manger, and as we'll recall in a few weeks at Palm Sunday and on Good Friday, despite being crucified and rejected, he's the king. David, similarly in the first reading, was also lowly. He's a shepherd, seemingly forgotten and unimportant because his father Jesse had all of his sons gather. And then, the prophet Samuel went through all the sons, couldn't find a worthy king. And he said, do you have any more sons? And he said, there is still the youngest who is tending the sheep. In other words, he's the youngest, right? I'm a youngest sibling, so I know how that's like to get forgotten by your parents. Just kidding. But so David, despite being lowly, is the one anointed and chosen as king, right? In verse 4 we say, High King of heaven, my victory won. May I reach heaven's joys, O bright heaven's sun. Heart of my own heart, whatever befall, still be my vision, O ruler of all. So that high king, Jesus will be brought low on the cross. I don't know if you can see the cross in your frame, in your video frame. He'll be brought low on the cross, but he'll be raised up to be that light, that bright heaven's sun with a U, S-U-N. And then, heart of my own heart, whatever befall, still be my vision, O ruler of all. So as we sing this song, think about the way that we, through receiving the light of Christ into us, become that light and reflect it back outwards. Let's sing the song. We say, High King of heaven, my victory won. Even in the midst of Lent, even in the midst of the coronavirus, the pandemic, my victory won, High King of heaven. And that's because the King of heaven works on a higher level than we do. He says, my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are my ways your ways. In that higher sight with which God sees everything, it all ends in victory. That's the law of God. And in fact, he plants within us his law, right? So that we can believe in that. Even in the midst of these terrible circumstances, we have a heavenly law within us. And he says, not on stone, but in your heart I will plant the law. And so let's sing, just to finish off, without any more explanation, the song Deep Within. Please sing along at home. Thanks very much.